Goeienaand en hartlike welkom by When Duty Calls, saam oor wen ons. We have just celebrated Human Rights Day. As a result, we saw it befitting to start the episode by bringing you highlights of what happened on the 21st of March 1960, a very significant day in the history of the new South Africa.
It is exactly 55 years since the dreadful events of the Sharpville shooting in 1960, where the police opened fire on a crowd of demonstrators, injuring 180 and mercilessly killing 69 others. Since then, every year the bravery of these men and women and children is commemorated by all South Africans on a day known as the Sharpville Massacre. A lot has been learned from that ill-fated event. One of the lessons is that the police have to work with the public through various platforms like the community policing forums to ensure that all the residents of this country are safe. This close working relationship with the public has also resulted in an increase when it comes to public reporting of criminal activities and has also created a more sociable picture of the South African Police Service.
We now reflect on the hard work of our camera teams all over the country to bring you all the action in the ongoing fight against crime. Let's take a look.
A joint operation between members of the Hawks and the Johannesburg Flying Squad has resulted in the seizure of Mandrax tablets in a clandestine laboratory in Woodville. The police seized chemicals, equipment, a large quantity of packed Mandrax tablets, as well as Mandrax powder yet to be processed. The tablets are estimated to be worth more than 2 million rand. The suspects have appeared in court and their case was postponed pending further investigation. In another incident, the police from the Gauteng Flying Squad received a tracker signal from a stolen vehicle and followed it to a house at Alley Street in Eldorado Park, south of Johannesburg. Upon arrival at the premises, the police found a chopped VW Golf 6 and 2 VW Polo vehicles. When details of the Golf were circulated to the different police stations around the province, it was found that it had been reported as hijacked in Don Park in January 2015. The police also found that the Polo was linked to a hijacking in Veerdebrug and that the house belongs to a lieutenant colonel stationed at the Dobsonville police station who was not at home at the time. Later, the lieutenant colonel handed himself over to the Hillbrow police station where he was arrested and charged. He has since appeared in the Protea Magistrates Court on charges of being in possession of hijacked motor vehicles. His case was postponed pending further investigation. Two suspects were arrested for possession of stolen goods in Bloemfontein. The arrest came after the police from Bayswater Police Station received information from members of the public regarding a red Tata Indica loaded with suspected stolen goods. Police spotted the vehicle driving towards the industrial area of Bloemfontein and tried to stop it. The driver sped off and a car chase ensued. The suspect's vehicle lost control and hit an electric pole. Police found 2 flat screens, jewelry, and electrical appliances. Preliminary investigations revealed that the suspects broke into 2 neighboring houses and stole these goods. The suspects, aged between 25 and 42, have already appeared in court and were denied bail. On the other side of town, 3 suspects appeared in the Bloemfontein Magistrates Court for carjacking and armed robbery. It is alleged that the suspects hijacked a delivery van with cigarettes in the Deversdorp Road next to Grootvlei Prison. The suspects were arrested after police received information from members of the community about a van parked on the side of the road with boxes of cigarettes. After police responded swiftly to the information, all the 3 men aged between 35 and 48 were arrested at the scene. 3 suspects aged between 25 and 53 were arrested for possession of drugs. The police are of the belief that the suspects were drug smugglers from Gauteng who are on their way to Free State. While searching the vehicle, police found a green plastic bag containing 20 small packets with 100 Mandrax tablets in each. The drugs are estimated to the street value of 60,000 rands. The suspects have already appeared in court and were denied bail. In an effort to curb drug dealing in the Mountain Rise policing precinct, the station's detectives, together with the Crime Intelligence Unit, Pietermaritzburg Tactical Response Team, and the K9 Unit, embarked on an operation that saw several arrests being effected. This came after an undercover operation which has been going on for over 18 months, uncovered a drug dealing network that operates in the area.
Police, open up.
Armed with search warrants, police pounced on their first suspect, a 40-year-old man living in Eastwood on the outskirts of Durban.
Or do shall be used against you in a court of law.
Dion Gabagas was arrested for dealing in cocaine. This was followed by the arrest of 55-year-old Zaneth Hutchinson, together with her 27-year-old son Samson Mackay, both from Woodlands.
I'm now going to read your rights. You have the right to remain silent.
Zaneth has just served a lengthy jail sentence for a drug-related incident, but more than a year later after her release, it would seem she has gone back to her old ways. The operation then moved north of Durban to a place called North Dean, where 40-year-old Hussein Sheikh was arrested for dealing in drugs.
My hand on you and placing you under arrest. You have the right to remain silent.
Next on the list was Ramesh Mahabir.
Irrespective, I'm not interested with age.
Followed by a 29-year-old Zahir Bakrudin. The suspects have already appeared in different courts and investigations continue.
Fighting crime begins with me. What about you? Play an important part by reporting any criminal activities to our Crime Stop number 0800 10111 or by SMSing the Prime Media Crime Line 32211.
Welcome back. You're watching When Duty Calls, Saam with Vinons. The South African Police Service held a top 1,500 ministerial engagement conference under the theme On a Journey to a Safer South Africa at Birchwood in Boksburg recently.
The engagement is a high-level conference that is hosted annually and is attended by all provincial commissioners, divisional commissioners, cluster commanders, station commanders, and other SAPS senior management officials. The main objective of this engagement is to identify key issues driving organizational performance, to critically analyze those issues, and to collectively determine an effective and sustainable solution for the issues identified. Addressing the delegates, the National Commissioner General Riah emphasized the importance of inculcating a culture of leadership engagement, saying this would enable the organization to rally towards a common objective and to ensure that communities feel safe. General Riah also emphasized that the SAPS top management continues to vigorously deal with any member who is involved in corruption.
I'm asking you as leaders to be as vigilant as you can be. Criminality within the police is not an option. It cannot happen, it should not happen, and I want to say to you, you will even think that we were never your colleague. If we find you, there will be no mercy.
Minister of Police Mr. Nathi Nhleko called for a tighter security that would enable the South African people to live in peace and harmony, enjoy equal access to resources, and develop their lives.
You are a product of the social makeup of this country, yourselves as the police. So you can't be dealing and be detached and de-associated from where our society is, because you are a service that has got to provide nothing else but a service to the citizenry of this country.
During the conference, the delegates discussed robust and critical matters that will help the SAPS top management steer the organization in the right direction. This conference is an opportunity to reflect on the past and align the SAPS goals and strategy to improve frontline service delivery to all communities of this country.
We have come to the end of our program. Continue sending us faxes and emails as your input to the program is important to us. From me, Captain Breda Koopman, and the rest of the production team, goodbye until next week.